Don't get ripped off by the banks. Check this out to see what interest rate you should be on. G'day guys, let's talk interest rates. Now let's find out how your interest rate compares to the rest of the market. The biggest determining factor in the interest rate that you're going to get is going to be the amount of equity in your property. The more equity you've got in your property, the more buffer the bank has in case of an emergency. So if you don't pay your mortgage back and the bank has to sell your property, that's how the bank has a way out of getting their money back. Now obviously less equity in the property is less of a buffer, more equity is a really nice buffer. So the banks are going to determine their interest rate depending on how much of a buffer you've got in your property. Now if you've got between say 5 to 10% equity in your property, that's not enough for the banks. They'll do the loan, but it's not enough for them to be offering the really good interest rates. So if you've got between say 5 to 10% equity in your property, you're probably looking at an interest rate around about 4.5%, maybe a little bit higher. Now if you've got a bit more equity in your property, say you've got between 10 to 20%, so you're in the 80 to 90 LVR range, you're looking at an interest rate probably between 4 to 4.5. You might squeeze a little bit under, maybe a little bit over depending on the bank, but between that 10 to 20% mark, you're looking around about that range. Now the magic number is when you've got more than 20% equity in your property. This is when you get the bargaining power. This is when the banks are going to bend over backwards to get your deals. If you've got more than 20% equity in your property, you should be around about 3.6%. If you're paying any higher than that, you're getting ripped off and you're contributing to the bank's profits. So if you've got more than 20% equity, I urge you very strongly, go and look at your property, go and look at your loan, find out what the value is, find out what your loan is. If you've got more than a 20% equity, come and see us. We can get you some really good rates with that amount of equity in your property. If you've got less equity than that, the best thing you can do is try and pay it down quickly. I know property prices haven't been moving, but you can still try and pay down your loan quickly. There are other options out there. The best thing you can do, just give us a buzz. The number's going to come up in a minute. We can take you through all the options that are out there, but don't contribute to the bank's profit by just letting it sit there. Have a look, come and see us now. We'll see what we can do.